Can you believe we're already halfway through the year? The calendar just flipped to July, and for many of us, this is the moment of truth. We started the year with big dreams, big goals. Maybe you wanted to pay off debt, or save for that dream trip, or finally start investing. But life happened, didn't it? Work got crazy, the kids had a million activities, and of course, that unexpected expense popped up. And now you might be looking at your bank account or your goals and thinking, wait, am I even on track anymore? What's the point? Now, this feeling of treading water or falling behind, even when you're working hard, is something I've heard from so many of you. It often stems from a certain money mindset we've been programmed with, especially those of us from first generation or immigrant families. If you want to take a deeper dive into this topic, I'll link the video above. Today, I'm going to walk you through a simple, powerful 3-step framework to reflect, reassess, and realign your money goals for the rest of the year. This isn't about judgment, it's about getting honest with yourself and taking responsibility. It's about shifting our money mindset and really putting it into action. If you're ready to make the next 6 months your most financially powerful, keep watching. So the very first step, and honestly, sometimes the hardest, is to reflect. It's about bravely looking at where you actually stand right now, without judgment. This is the moment we take 100% responsibility for our numbers. And for many of us, especially growing up where money was often a silent or even taboo subject, looking at the numbers can feel daunting and maybe even a little bit painful. You may find yourself being money avoidant, where you just don't want to look at the numbers unless you have to. If you totally understand this feeling, hit that like and subscribe button so we can help others feel less alone in our money journeys. My immigrant parents taught me to save, save, save. For them, money in the bank meant security, but they rarely talked about how much was enough or what that money should do. For years, I just let it sit. I was too afraid of the idea of investing, and I always had this idea that investing was for rich people. So yeah, since I wasn't what I considered rich, I genuinely just didn't think about it. And that idea just sat on the back burner. But if we want to unlearn our old money beliefs and truly adopt a wealthy mindset, this means that you're not afraid to look at the data. So set some time aside to take a deeper look at your last 6 months. Income. How much money actually came in? Expenses. Where did it all go? Get specific. You don't need a fancy spreadsheet. Even a notebook or a simple app can tell you. I'll link my simple budgeting template in the description below if you want to use that. This is exactly what I used in the beginning of my personal finance journey. It's very simple. Savings. Did you hit your targets? Or do you even have a target? Don't worry, I was once there too. Debt. Has it gone up, gone down, or stayed the same? Investments. How have they performed? Did you contribute consistently? This isn't about beating yourself up if the numbers aren't what you hoped. Let's take a deep breath and reframe. What we want to do is simply gather the facts or collect the data. You just gotta know the numbers. There's no avoiding it. The numbers will catch up to you one day or another. Knowing your financial reality is the first step to changing it. How can we fix something if we don't know what's not working? This step will truly illuminate your step forward. So once you know where you stand today, it's time to reassess. This is where we really let go of our old I can't mindset and open ourselves up to the possibilities. At the beginning of the year, you likely set some goals. Are those goals still your goals? Or were they shoulds that you picked up along the way? Maybe you aimed for a huge travel fund, but now you realize paying down that high interest credit card debt is actually way more urgent. Perhaps you plan to save for a down payment, but a new opportunity came up that requires investing in yourself first. Life changes. Your goals should too. Goals shouldn't feel so rigid that it feels ick. They should never be used against yourself, only for yourself. This is your life, your money. Don't wait for permission to shift your priorities. Sometimes the best move is to pivot. Think about your big vision. Like when I set a goal of getting a property for each of my kids, that's a huge, audacious, and some would say crazy goal. But revisiting every mid-year helps me see if my smaller actions are actually leading me there or if I need to adjust course. Ask yourself, what would genuinely excite you financially for the next 6 months? What would bring you true peace or joy? I think growing up, when I thought about money, it was purely dollar amount and how much you have in your bank accounts. But now what I'm realizing is actually, what does money afford you? Peace, convenience, luxury to walk away from a job you hate, or privilege to care for your loved ones? When you reframe money as more than just numbers and more, what can you leverage it for? This can help you really align yourself with your true money goals. Then ask yourself, what small, actionable step can I take today? Now, this is where we start making moves and taking action. It's about realigning your daily actions with your reassessed goals. This is when we build real discipline and stop making excuses. If your reflection showed you were spending too much on eating out, how can you realign? Maybe it's meal prepping or simply committing to 2 less takeout meals a week. If your savings are stagnant, how can you realign? Can you automate transfers to a high-yield savings account? Can you review your subscriptions and cut the dead weight? Can you revisit investments? Are they still working for you? You will be truly surprised how much your net worth can skyrocket after $100,000 if you're investing. This is about practical, consistent action. No one is coming to save you, and no one is going to hand you your dream financial future. If you're like me, you don't have generational wealth to rely on. You have to go out and build it for yourself. It's about strengthening your self-awareness muscle, knowing where your finances stand today and then where you want it to be. Then figuring out a plan for how to close that gap. It could be even something as simple as saying no more often. I learned to do this early on in my personal finance journey. Saying no can free up time and energy that you can redirect towards your financial goals. It's all connected. So there you have it. Reflect, reassess, then realign. This mid-year reset is your golden opportunity to take control, course correct, and truly crush your financial goals for the rest of the year. Remember, you've already taken the biggest step by watching this video. You're already one step closer to completing your mid-year reset. I'd love to hear from you. Which one of these R's are you going to focus on first this week? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and share it with another ambitious woman who's ready for her mid-year financial glow up. And if you want to dive even deeper into the mindset shifts that make all of this financial change possible, watch this next video that pops up right here.